Hello, and good morning. Welcome back to this Southern Bible Thumper channel. For this upload, we will be reading Judges chapter 12. And the men of Ephraim gathered themselves together and went northward, and said unto Japheth, Wherefore passest thou over to fight against the children of Ammon, and didst not call us to go with thee? We will burn thine house upon thee with fire. And Japheth said unto them, I and my people were at great strife with the children of Ammon, and when I called you, ye delivered me not out of their hands. And when I saw that ye delivered me not, I put my life in my hands, and passed over against the children of Ammon. And the Lord delivered them into my hand. Wherefore then are ye come up to me this day to fight against me? Then Japheth gathered together all the men of Gilead, and fought with Ephraim. And the men of Gilead smote Ephraim, because they said, Ye Gileadites are fugitives of Ephraim among the Ephraimites, and among the Manassites. And the Gileadites took the passages of Jordan before the Ephraimites, and it was so that when those Ephraimites which were escaped said, Let me go over, that the men of Gilead said unto him, Art thou an Ephraimite? If he said, Nay. And said they unto him, Say now Shibboleth. And he said, Sibboleth, for he could not frame to pronounce it right. Then they took him, and slew him at the passages of Jordan. And there fell at that time of the Ephraimites 42,000. And Japheth judged Israel 6 years. Then died Japheth the Gileadite, and was buried in one of the cities of Gilead. And after Ibzan of Bethlehem judged Israel. And he had 30 sons and 30 daughters, whom he sent abroad, and took in 30 daughters from abroad for his sons. And he judged Israel 7 years. Then died Ibzan, and was buried at Bethlehem. And after him Elon, a Zebulunite, judged Israel. And he judged Israel 10 years. And Elon the Zebulunite died, and was buried in Ajalon, in the country of Zebulun. And after him Abdon, the son of Hillel, a Pirathonite, judged Israel. And he had 40 sons and 30 nephews that rode on 70 and 10 ass colts. And he judged Israel 8 years. And Abdon, the son of Hillel, the Parathonite, died, and was buried in Parathon in the land of Ephraim, in the mount of the Amalekites. Summarizing Judges chapter 12, Japheth is a character who is born of an illegitimate union. His father was Gilead, and Gilead was married. Japheth's mother is described in the Bible as a harlot. So as he got older, the children born to Gilead and his wife, they made problems for Japheth, and they drove him away from the land of Gilead because they didn't want him to inherit any of their father's property. Japheth is noted as being a mighty warrior and very useful in war. Israel had a really bad problem with disobeying God and returning to idol worship, which would result in them being oppressed severely and having their resources taken away. So this was happening again to Israel, where they were being oppressed severely by a group of people called the Ammonites. The leaders of Gilead found Japheth and told him, hey, we really need some help. We're suffering and we're losing. Japheth tells them, well, don't you hate me? And they're like, yeah, but we need your help. So he agrees to do it in exchange for a position in leadership. As soon as he gets the position of leadership, the first decision that he makes is to send messengers to the king of Ammon and to try to understand what happened here. There's a misunderstanding of how Israel acquired the property. Japheth tries to give him some information that will straighten it out. He also tells him, like, hey, Israel has been occupying this land for over 300 years. So if there's an issue, why didn't you have it before now? So that didn't go over well. So Japheth is ending up having to go to war. He's successful, and now we're looking at what happens after the war. So the 12 tribes of Israel do not include Levi, but instead they do not. The 12 tribes of Israel after Numbers, after the book of Numbers, the 12 tribes of Israel do not include Levi or Joseph. Instead, you'll see Ephraim and Manasseh, Joseph's two sons, mentioned in the 12 tribes of Israel. Now, the tribe of Levi, they're considered a priest class. They are generational church officials. They're like a special tribe of people who only do things for God. So they're assigned to live in the refuge cities. So what we're looking at here, the men of Ephraim, so the Israelite tribe of Ephraim, who is Joseph's son, they were upset with Japheth because they felt he didn't try to enlist their help to win this war against the Ammonites, and they threatened to burn him with fire. Japheth explains to them that this was a very serious situation, and he told them that he did try to reach out to them, but they didn't answer. So he had to put his trust in God. This ended up being a fight, and Ephraim determines that Gilead will be considered fugitives. So, to gain control of the situation, Gilead in verse 5 took control of the area around the Jordan River nearest the tribe of Ephraim. They developed a code word to determine who was an Ephraimite. 42,000 people die. Then we look, so this is what we see, that term Sibboleth. So apparently the Ephraimites and Gilead, they had two different dialects where it was more difficult to say this one word for one. But Gilead is not itself one of the 12 tribes of Israel, but this is the territory that Japheth is from. So Ephraim is a tribe of Israel. Gilead is not. So then after 42,000 of the Ephraimites fell, so again, the Ephraimites are the one who started this brawl. You can't start an incident and then lose. It's going to be a lot worse. But he started the incident, and 42,000 of the people who started the incident died. Then after that, Japheth judged Israel for 6 years. That's another thing. We see the term judge being used instead of ruler or king. There was only one Israelite king appointed so far, and that was King Abimelech. King Abimelech went through a lot of nefarious, morally corrupt ways to attain his status as king, and God did not appoint him. So God has been appointing judges. Just want to point that out. So Japheth judged Israel 6 years, and he died. In verses 8 through 10, Ibzan judged Israel for 7 years. He had 30 sons and daughters. Then he died. Then we look at verse 11 and 12. Elon judged Israel for 10 years. And then we look at verses 13 through 15. Abdon judged Israel 8 years, had 40 sons and 30 nephews. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. Please support the channel, like, comment, and subscribe. I love you. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.